Just like London buses, you wait all this time and then two come along at once. No sooner we've announced the signing of Mateus Fernandes from Southampton, a few hours later, it has been confirmed now, the white smoke has come from Rush Green, that we have now completed the signing also of Soungoutou Magassa from Monaco. So some good news. We're beefing up the midfield, which is an area that has been in need of a little bit of surgery, I think it's fair to say. But before we get into any of these bits and pieces about the players, please do drop a like on the stream. It really does help the channel out. And also don't forget, make sure if you've not subscribed, click subscribe. It's completely free of charge to you. We don't retain any personal information. It's a win-win. The channel grows bigger, you get entertained, all of these things. So what's not to like? So Mateus Fernandes, as I say, it's been sort of like on and off through the course of the transfer window. It's now actually been officially confirmed as I record this today. By the time this goes out, it will be Saturday morning. How much we've actually signed him for? Again, it's a little bit. I mean, if you look on the club official site, they say it's an undisclosed fee. Different people just say that it's 35 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Other people say it's 38 million with 4 million add-ons, whatever. It's somewhere around the 40 million pound mark. 21 years of age. He's from the Algarve. He came through the Sporting Academy in Portugal. Obviously was at Southampton last season. For any of you stats geeks that are out there, you may well look at this and be able to understand it more readily than I can. But this is from Analytics United. This is Mateus Fernandes' metrics. I believe this relates specifically to last season with Southampton in the Premier League. There's a few things there that I look at, and if I'm reading it correctly, his pass completion percentage is not the best. But if you look at his tackling, his ball recoveries, progressive carries, this sort of thing, it looks pretty decent, to be fair. And a few little things it says on this bit here, this is on the official website, and this was all put together by Analytics United. And just this little thing I've picked out here. Fernandes is ranked alongside some of the Premier League's biggest names for combined defensive actions. His 2.75 tackles per 90 ranked in the top 26% amongst midfielders, and his 5.54 ball recoveries per 90 landed in the top 31%. Adding interceptions and combining all three metrics, Fernandes at 9.17 ranked alongside Ryan Gravenberch at 9.18, Alexis McAllister at 9.17, Pape Matar Sarr at 9.11, and Sandro Tonali at 8.97 for overall defensive activity, whilst outranking all but Gravenberch for progressive distance carried per 90 at 97.3 yards. So this is going to be someone that's quite busy in the middle of the park. He's going to be a little bit of a nuisance for teams that we come up against. Again, I believe that he was signed in time to take to the pitch against Nottingham Forest. That was my information. It was all done and announced before 12 noon. So my information is he will be in the squad. And it's been announced he will have the number 18 shirt, 1-8, which has been worn by numerous West Ham players down the years. Just looking here on the website, Alvin Martin, Frank Lampard Jr., Jonathan Spector, João Mario, Pablo Fornals. I won't mention Danny Ings. Oh, I think I just did. Never mind. But this is a good signing. I think this is a signing. We've got him in, I believe, on a 5-year deal. He's 21 years of age. This is a player that hopefully we can nurture, we can progress, we can some point down the track after he's, given us good service, we could obviously look to hopefully move him on at a profit. That would be good rather than what we normally do. We buy players in that are a little bit past it and have no resale value on. This is a player that we can grow and cultivate. And then obviously after we've got a good many years service out of him, hopefully maybe sort of flip him and get a tidy profit. So it would be a good move, I think. So Mateus Fernandes will wear the number 18 shirt. and I do suspect he will be in the squad for the game against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, 2 p.m. kickoff in the Premier League on Sunday. As I say, Soungoutou Magassa now. So he is a defensive midfielder come centre-back. He's a Parisian, although we've got him from Monaco. He is actually a Parisian, but he went to Monaco at 14 years of age, making his senior debut at 18. Centre-back was his position where he established himself in the Monaco first team. He then obviously transitioned into a defensive midfield role. And he is a France age group international. He's also an Olympic silver medalist for France in the 2024 Paris Olympics. And he has received the Ordre National de Mérite, which is the Knight of the National Order of Merit, according to what I'm reading here, by President Emmanuel Macron on the back of that silver medal performance. And he's also got UEFA Champions League experience with Monaco. He's played against Aston Villa, he's played against Arsenal, he's played against Inter Milan, Benfica, Bologna, and Red Star Belgrade. He's got big game experience. Again, 21 years of age. So this is a player that, you know, if he can hit the ground running, we're going to get some good service out of him. Be interesting to see where Graeme Potter deploys him, because is he going to play him as a defensive midfielder, or could he put him at centre-back? I think it's fairly well established, the start we've made this season. You look at the 3 centre-backs that we're playing, and none of them have really sort of nailed down the position and made it their own. They're all a little bit on shaky ground. And also the talk is that Naif Aguirre is possibly looking to exit the club. Some people are saying it could be that his destination is Sunderland, but apparently he's trying to engineer a move to Marseille. And given that he is a Moroccan, obviously their language is French. He came from French leagues when he came to West Ham. Stade Rennais, wasn't it, if I remember correctly? So obviously, I dare say that he's got a little bit of a hankering possibly to go back to where he might feel a bit more comfortable, if that's the right word. So it may well be that Soungoutou Magassa possibly slots in at centre-back, maybe. I'm not actually too sure whether, though, he will be available for the Forest game. My information was that he was signed before 12 o'clock, but that was a couple of hours ago. I don't know if that information was actually accurate or not. So it remains to be seen. There's nothing on the club website as to what number he will be taking possession of, unlike Mateus Fernandes, as I say, who'll be wearing the number 18. But again, a player that we can hope to grow and cultivate and look to improve on. And again, fingers crossed, we can look to get him a good amount of service out of him, and then possibly look to get him moved on at a profit. He's 6'2", so he's quite physically imposing. Just looking at some of the comments here that he makes in his first interview, he says he's very happy to be here. I guess that's a standard thing that they say. West Ham is a very big club, long-standing history in England, many supporters, big stadium. Yeah, it's an athletic stadium, mate, but never mind. It was a dream to play for West Ham in the Premier League. Okay, yeah, righto. But we'll see. Best league in the world. I'm going to do everything I can to show up. That is all that I'm up to the task. Gives me great pride to play for this club. I'm really motivated. I hope to bring freshness and youth, and I'm going to give my all on the pitch. So saying all the right things. Graeme Potter he goes on to say, we're very happy to welcome Soungoutou to West Ham. Like Mateus Fernandes, he's a young player who's made a very impressive progress right at the start of his senior career. He has played regularly for Monaco over the last 2 seasons, including in the Champions League last year, and stood up really well to that test. Again, he has a range of attributes and qualities that we feel will complement what we already have at the club, and also help us to improve us. Soungoutou is a determined, hungry and focused young man. We're looking forward to working with him and excited to see him continue his development with us. So 2 signings. Now, is that the end of the matter? I would like to think not, because I think it's fairly safe to say that we still need some more quality coming through the doors. Now, whether that's going to be the twin brother of Jurien Timber, that's Quinton Timber from Feyenoord, whether that's going to be possibly Alex Garcia, whether that's going to be the talk is as well now, I'm hearing from a an article that I saw a little bit earlier that there's a possibility that if Lucas Paqueta goes, which I hope doesn't happen, but if he does go on, there's a possibility, and it's not. I'm not too sure how likely this is all going to come together, but Harvey Elliott, I wouldn't rule that one out at the minute. There's a possibility that could happen, but it needs a few things to fall into place for that to come off. Also, it appears that Graeme Potter is rowing back on his original prognosis that we didn't need a striker and what he had was fine. It now appears that maybe he might be rethinking that as an option. I'm not too sure. I was watching Gonzo earlier on his broadcast a little bit earlier on Hammers Chat, and apparently he's seen a photograph of Victor Boniface's knee, who's been offered to us, and apparently it looks like some mangled up sausage or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen the photograph, but I'm not too sure he's going to be an option if that's anything to go by. So I just wonder, the guy that I mentioned on a broadcast I did the other day from Midtjylland, is it Francolino Jew, the Guinea-Bissau striker, who's got an average of around about a goal every other game there or thereabouts in the Danish Super League. Maybe is he an option? I don't know. But I suspect that there's going to be a few more players coming in, maybe one or two. Hopefully we can move on a few of our fringe players as well to free up a little bit of wages. It looks like Emerson may well be going to the aforementioned Marseille. Andy Irving possibly moving on to Wrexham, as I understand, is one of the clubs that's been mooted. Millwall was mentioned, but I'm not too sure that would really be a great idea for you, Andy. But good luck to you nonetheless. Maxwell Cornet, it's a little bit of a strange one, that, because no one seems to have mentioned Maxwell Cornet during all of this. He is still employed by the club. It's a little bit of a strange one, that bum. But there's lots of moving pieces that are going on at the London Stadium, Rush Green. So I suspect that there'll be a few more twists and turns in the transfer saga. As I say, it would have been nice if we could have got this done a little bit sooner in the transfer window. Maybe we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in now. But it is what it is, and we've just got to make the best of it. Anyway, guys, get your comments in the section below. What do you think of the signings? Who do you think we should bring in as well to back up Mateus Fernandes and Soungoutou Magassa? Because I think them on their own, it's not going to be enough. I think that will be like putting a sticking plaster onto a gunshot wound, but it's a start. It's a step in the right direction. But I think we need to beef up. I think we need a centre back, preferably a proven one in the Premier League, hopefully with a little bit of a presence, a little bit of a commanding demeanour about them, and possibly a striker if possible. I maybe another midfielder, but I think getting 3 more players in might be stretching it a little bit, but 2 is an absolute minimum. I think we'd be in much better shape than we are. But anyway, get your comments in the section below. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. And if you haven't already done so, have a little check to make sure if you're subscribed. As I say, when I looked the other day, last 28 days, approximately 60% of our viewers are not subscribed. So if you can help us to get that number moving down, get our subscriber numbers moving up, it doesn't cost you a bean. We don't have any of your data sensitive information, so it helps to grow the channel. If you could just check, if you're not subscribed, please hit your mouse, click the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell as well, and you'll be notified of anything that goes on the channel. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Stay safe. Come on, you irons.